Hi, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for joining me today for another yoga flow. Today we're actually going to be joining a yin practice, or taking part in a yin flow today. This is going to be about 30 minutes of flow. It's going to be really, really wonderful if you're looking for a reset for the deeper parts of the body, so the ligaments, the tissues, getting into the juice of the body. I'm very tired today, so that's why this is perfect. I think I could use this myself, which is why I'm taking you with me. For this practice, you can have some blocks, you can have blankets, pillows, straps. Please use all of the tools you have. I will be giving you modifications as we flow. This yoga flow in general is going to be focusing more on the lower half of the body, so if that's been a little bit tight for you, a little stiff, really wonderful flow for you to do, especially in the morning, right when you wake up, or right before you go to bed, as this is pretty relaxing. This yin flow is going to have a little less cueing than my normal videos, but I will still, of course, be giving you variations and all the modifications, everything that you could possibly need to be successful in today's flow. If you're looking for a more mental, intellectual, or spiritual kind of theme for today's flow, you can take on the idea of rest and knowing when to rest. So for me, I want to move my body, but I don't want to move it in a way that is really intensive. I want to invite in really calm movements, and this practice is absolutely perfect for that. So you could even turn it into a, am I listening and showing up for my body? So put on a comfy, she's ready. Put on a comfy sweater if you have one, maybe some socks, get a blanket, a pillow, whatever you feel you would like for today's practice, and we will start in a wild child's pose. Now, with a yin practice, all of these poses are going to be held for a minute or longer, so this is a little bit more beginner friendly for this yin practice. So just so you are aware, that was my hip. Let's get started. So bringing the hips to the width of the mat, big toes touch. As we send the hips back, let's walk the hands forward towards the top of the mat. Modification can be to slide a bolster, pillow, and or block under the sit bone as you walk your hands forward, and rest your head on the mat or the block or a pillow. So whichever variation is most comfortable for you. We are again going to hold for about a minute, and I will cue you when it's time to get up. Beautiful. On your next inhale, you are going to shift your weight forward, sending your feet directly behind you, melting the pelvis down onto the mat. Let me scoot back a little bit here. I'm coming into almost a sphinx pose. Now, once we're in this sphinx pose, we're actually going to take our right foot and send it out to the side of our right knee, making a right angle. So our hip is in line with our knee and our foot is directly under that knee. Once you're there, you can just fold one arm on top of the other, rest your head, and hold in this half frog. You can also place a block or pillow under the leg if you'd like to give it a little bit more support. On the next exhale, let's slide that leg back to bring both feet together. We're going to go ahead and take a quad stretch on the left leg. So keeping the right arm directly under the head, we're going to keep the head rested on the arm as we inhale or exhale to lift the left foot towards our sit bone and reach back with our hand or strap to grab as we once again lower our head down to our arm. Good. Inhale to release. I'm going to do that same little mini sequence on the other side. So, both arms, fold one on top of the other, left foot comes out to the side, left leg. If you took a variation on the other side, take one on this side as well. Keeping a pillow or bolster under that leg, again, knee in line with the hip, and then directly below that, the foot is in line with the knee, creating a right angle. Half frog pose. Breathing. Feel free to make any little adjustments that you may need as you go about this practice. And keep in mind or notice the space in which your body is creating as you hold these postures. On the next exhale, invite that left leg back to meet the right. Bring your right hand back, grab the mat at the hip. Left hand stays in the mat, rest the head. Exhale to bring that right foot into the right hand. Quad stretch on the other side as we breathe here. Inhale to release the foot, sending it back to the bottom of the mat. Bring the hands to frame the chest. Gentle little push up here as we come into a cobra. Giving the legs a little bit of a break. You don't have to come up super high in this cobra either. You can bend in the elbows. You can also bring a bolster pillow directly under this space here that you're creating within the body to give you a little bit more support. And you can also take this posture with some blocks under the hands. Pressing up and away from the mat, looking directly ahead of us. Breathe. And exhale to lower all the way down onto the mat. Let's do crocodile, folding one arm on top of the other and resting the head. Very good. We will bring the hands to the chest once more. Inhale to come up. And this time when we come up, we're going to make our way onto our sit bones. We're going to extend the legs out directly in front of us. Nice bend in the knees. Toes are flexing towards the head. You're going to inhale, raise hands all the way up, up, up. Exhale to fold. Coming into a little caterpillar here. You can also use a strap, bring it around the feet to give you a little bit of extra reach as well. So you hold your sides, top of the feet, the ankles, whatever you can reach, whatever you can grab. Nice and rounded through the spine here. And feel free to play with how much bend there is in your legs to reach your ideal stretch. Good. Inhale, roll up nice and slow, inch by inch, to come to a nice seated staff pose. We're only here to transition. We're going to keep one leg out, kick the other leg out, and come into a straddle pose here. Not a split, straddle. So our legs are opened wide toward either corner of the mat. Once we're here, again, inhaling to come up, we're going to then take the right hand, place it on the right leg, and come up and over for a little side body stretch. Feel free to place a bolster or block towards the inside of the leg, so that way you can bend where you can reach. You can also place a hand on the ground if you don't want to come super low into this side stretch. If your shoulder is in a little bit of pain, you can bring your hand to your hip as well. Inhale to come up, and this time when we fold forward, we're going to try to reach down to the ankles or toes, taking a wide-legged fold forward. Now you can just come to where you can reach, so just slide the hands as you inhale down the body, and when you reach a good point for yourself to stretch that you can hold for about a minute, that's where we'll stop and pause and hold. Keeping the toes flexed toward the head. Good. Again, inhale, come up. Nice and slow. Sending the left hand down to the left foot or leg. Again, reaching where you can reach, grabbing what you can grab. Right hand swoops. An older side body stretch here. Good. Inhale again. Let's come up. Bringing the feet together. Let's keep the feet directly out in front of us. I'm going to face you for this one. Hands are going to come onto the knees. Bring the feet out just a little bit wider than hip width distance. Take a nice deep inhale as you bend them, same time, to the right. Exhale to come up. You might hear some hip cracking and popping. That's okay as long as it's not painful. Inhale, bend the knees to the other side. Hands staying on the knees. So we're taking a little bit of a windshield wiper motion. Nice and gentle here. You don't have to come super deep into it either. We're just getting a little bit of mobility here. So just continue this motion. As you breathe. Very good. Let's face top of the mat once more. Extend our left foot towards the top. The right foot is going to bring its ankle directly on top of that left leg, and that right knee is in line with this right ankle. Once we're nice and square here, we're going to sit up nice and tall and exhale to fold. Again, you can use a strap here, you can grab the ankle, you don't have to dive super deep here. You can also use your elbow if you notice your knees coming up to try to just gently encourage it to stay down. Good, and inhale, come up. Nice and slow. Let's bring this left or right foot to the outer edge of this left leg. Taking the left hand, we're going to wrap it around that right foot. Right hand comes behind, looking over that right shoulder as we hold here, sitting up nice and tall. Good, inhale, come back to center. Let's bring this foot down towards the bottom of the mat, shake it out a little bit. Do that same thing on the other side. So right foot is extended, left ankle comes right on top of right knee. Inhale, reach all the way up, and exhale to fold. Good, inhale again to release, coming up nice and slow, bringing that left foot to the outer edge of that right leg. Right hand wraps around that left knee, left hand comes out behind, looking over the left shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. Good, inhale, come back to center. Let's undo the twist. Tap the feet out, tap the legs out just a little bit, and then bring yourself to lay down on your mat. A couple more poses here before we wrap up. First and foremost, we are going to bring the knees together using the hands if you'd like. You're going to, on the next inhale, allow the knees to fall open to either side of the mat. You can always place some blocks under here if the stretch is too intense, some pillows, whatever you have, whatever you'd like. And you can bring your hands to your diaphragm, pressing your back into the mat. Feel free to close your eyes here, holding. Next inhale, let's use the hands and the knees together. Exhale to bring your right knee into your chest, and then when your next exhale comes, you can bring the other knee, or you can bring both at the same time. Hands on the knees. Inhale to press the knees away from the body. Exhale to pull it in. And just take a couple rounds of this movement. Good. Inhale, let the left leg come all the way down towards the bottom of the mat. Right knee stays. Using the left hand, we're going to guide that right knee over to the left side. Right hand extends outward to the right side, looking over the right shoulder. You can always again place a block under this leg or pillow or bolster. Inhale, bring that knee back to center. Exhale to bring the other knee up. Reach down, grab both feet, bring the feet up so they're facing the ceiling, stacking one foot over each hip, or knee I should say, and then guiding the knees into the armpits, coming into a happy baby. Now you don't have to grab the feet here, you can also grab the ankles, your pant leg, whatever you can reach. Hold in here. inhale, release the hold of the feet, but keep the left knee to chest. Right leg is going to extend all the way down to the mat. We're going to take that twist on the opposite side. So using the right hand, guide the left knee to the right side. Left hand comes out towards the left side, looking over the left shoulder. Exhale, guide that knee back into chest. And on the inhale, let that leg come all the way down towards the bottom of the mat as we prepare to enter Shavasana. Hands will come to frame the hips, palms facing the ceiling. Open to receiving. If you'd like a little bit more lumbar support in this posture today, you can bring each foot to the width of the mat and allow the knees to fall into each other. Also, if you have a bolster, flip onto your stomach and slide the bolster under you so you can rest your head and torso on it as you let your legs and arms spread out at the sides. Coming into our Shavasana, I will invite you to gently close the eyes, do a quick scan of the body, and make sure you are not willingly holding on to any tension. If you are making fists in the hands, perhaps invite yourself to just open them up a little bit. If the eyes are squeezed shut, try gently blinking them, giving them a chance to just lightly close. If the jaw is tight, maybe we part the mouth ever so slightly, just to encourage that openness. As you relax and come into this meditative state, I'll invite you to think on your practice today. Think on how you showed up for your body, how your body feels now compared to when it started, and just bask in the effects of your practice and how wonderful it truly feels to take time for yourself. I will give you just a couple moments in this posture, and then I will let you know when it's time to come up. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, inviting in some gentle movements with ease as you bring yourself out of your subconscious state. Perhaps invite in a very deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now you may choose to finish the class laying down, but if you would like to join me in a seated posture, you may roll over whenever you're ready and do so at this time. Whatever seated posture is most comfortable for you, or you can stay in your closed pose. To wrap up today's class, I will invite you to sit up nice and tall and inhale, reaching hands all the way up overhead, imagining holding everything that you've created for yourself in between your hands as you close them, palms to touch. Exhaling all of that new, beautiful, radiant energy down to heart center where it never leaves as we bow forward, namaste, sealing everything that we have done and making it so that it can't be undone. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure to guide you through these yoga postures. If you are watching this, this is also the last video I need for my 500 hour, or a video that I'm filming specifically for my 500 hour. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I can't believe we're here. So thank you so much for taking your time out of your days to sit with me, do yoga with me as I go through this, what was 2-year-long journey. Thank you so much for being part of this in any way that you were, whether you recommended it to your friends and your family and shared the work that I have done with them. It means a lot that I was considered and trusted enough to be part of such a personal part of your life. I will still be making videos every week, so there will be more to see, but for now, thank you so much for coming with me through this chapter of my life, and I'll see you next time.